Have you ever wondered why it's all the rage right now, buy local, fresh produce and all that? I have wondered, but I also know it's better for me and my family, for the nutrients and the freshness that we get. I also know where it comes from, and if I don't, I can actually ask the questions, and there's a person right there to do. And it's definitely better for the local economy. According to Michigan State University Extension, there are 7 reasons for buying local produce. They are locally grown, food is full of flavor and full of nutrients. You're actually eating food that is seasonal to the area that you live in and is produced in the area that you live in. It supports the local economy, it's beneficial to the environment, it's a safer food supply, and local growers can tell you how they grow their food. Also, why should you care about this? For starters, produce that is shipped in from other states or other countries is not picked at the best amount of time, especially from other countries and other large suppliers. They tend to do GMO, which is considered genetically modified food. This is not good for me, it's not good for you, it's not good for our environment. Some of the strongness of genetically modified food is the fact that they basically become a huge superweed because they will blow over into other fields, which those other fields that want to produce naturally can no longer produce naturally. And if you take a look at 10 reasons why we do not need genetically modified foods in our system, according to an article, it says GMOs are unhealthy. They can cause gastrointestinal issues, immune disorders, even accelerate aging and cause infertility. And do we really want and or need any of those? Also, for instance, in the past 9 years, Americans with 3 or more chronic illnesses have jumped from 7 to 13%. Doctors contribute this to the GMOs introduced into our foods. GMOs are also forever contaminants. There's no way to get them out of our system or out of our food that we eat. They have such long-term effects, and at this point, we don't know every long-term effect that they have. For instance, do you actually want to eat fresh produce or fresh meats or eggs that you cannot say what the word is? There's like phosphates, which is a very easy word, and I will go on to describe a few things. Right now, let's take a look at what fresh looks like and is different from genetically modified or even store-bought stuff that's just strictly shipped in. I'll begin with eggs. I actually have eggs that were store-bought on the right and eggs that are farm fresh, which is free-range chickens. There's a big difference in the size and the color and definitely in the taste. This egg is from the store-bought, is way lighter, doesn't have that bright, vibrant color. The one from the free-range chickens has a very vibrant color. They're grass-fed, and they just kind of go wherever they want. And now I will move on to locally done cheese. This cheese is done from grass fields, which is wonderful. They prepare it all here. They actually grow their own, do their own cattle, their milk, and all of that, which is wonderful. Although it is more expensive, it takes less and it's better. This cheese right here is from a local grocery store that is a chain, and it really doesn't know where you come from and how it's processed. My favorite thing is the fact of Crestwick Farms bacon. I can actually pronounce every single thing that is in this, which is bacon seasoned with sea salt, turbinado sugar, celery powder, black pepper, and garlic. There's no nitrates. It's added that is added other than what is naturally done in the pork. It's wonderful. It's thicker. It lasts longer, providing that you cook it up after it's thawed out if you choose to freeze it. And then we actually have a thick sliced bacon from a local grocery store that has sodium phosphate, sodium erythrobate, and sodium nitrate in it, which is nothing that I prefer to put into my body, and you should not want to put into yours. Buying local and having the ability to find out where your pork, your beef, your chicken, your eggs come from, what is injected into them, makes a huge difference. Our local growers do nothing but give what they are by law required to do early on, which is basic shots. They don't inject steroids, which is not good for our bodies. They do not inject anything else that we cannot pronounce. Also, it's excellent for the local economy. What would happen to our local economy or even the farmers if we chose not to buy local? I'm an advocate of local. I want to be able to find out how it's grown, where it's grown, what pesticides they use, what they do or do not inject into, whether it be the animals or non-animals. Also, if you keep the local businesses in business, then the local economy will thrive. No one will have to go elsewhere. And where would we be today without our local farms, our local cattle ranches, even though they're tiny and they're small? So I leave you with this comment. Support your local growers and farmers to a healthier, more flavorful environment of eating food without all the extra additives, and it will not cause a problem with our hormones. Thank you very much, and buy local!